This is Chronicle on WCBB Channel 5.
It's as if she has a magic wand.
We've given a lot of dresses away.
Tens of thousands of free bridal gowns, simply to say thanks.
Grateful for their service because they're providing our freedom.
Sports disappeared from Boston's middle schools. That's when a champion stepped in.
This was a dream that happened. Here I am now playing for my football team at Harvard Stadium.
Lucky kids, their young moms know where to find support.
It's just great to have someone to really listen, understand where you're coming from, tell you it'll be okay.
Volunteers and donors are doing good. Next on Chronicle.
Good evening. Tonight we have stories with happy endings, all of them the results of generosity and compassion.
Shayna Seymour starts us off with a former star athlete who's returned to his winning ways.
Friday Night Lights.
This is our football championship.
Harvard Stadium.
First day of the season, the road is to Harvard, and that's what all the players and coaches are really striving for.
These aren't Ivy League college students. They're underserved middle school students from Boston. The Edwards Middle School of Charlestown versus Murphy School of Dorchester.
This is Murphy history right here, right now, because we have never been to a championships at all.
This was a dream that happened since I was at least probably 8 or 6 years old. Here I am now playing for my football team at Harvard Stadium today.
Harvard or not, these kids weren't expected to play football anywhere, not even at their own schools.
In 2009, the Boston Public School System eliminated all middle school sports with the exception of a few schools that still offered track and basketball, leaving a pretty significant void in the school system. And unfortunately, pay-to-play fees aren't an option either.
Because extras are beyond the means for many Boston families.
Within a school district such as Boston, 76% of our students are eligible for free and reduced lunch. So there is a level of poverty where the pay-to-play option becomes more problematic.
Fortunately, Mike Harney is a big believer in school sports. A managing director at the Boston Investment Bank, FBR Capital, Harney developed the Play Ball Foundation. The goal? Simple. Get more feet on the field year in and year out.
So we worked hard about trying to figure out things to do to get these boys and girls playing sports. And so in 2009, we were able to get enough momentum to start our first football league.
Today, partnering with the Boston Public Schools, Play Ball has more than 1,300 middle school students playing football, baseball, soccer, hockey, volleyball, and double dutch. Students must maintain a passing grade and a 93% attendance record to participate. Harney played competitive sports throughout his school years and says all kids should have the same opportunity.
In its simplest form, sports are fun. I have great relationships, friendships in those days, that carry on today. But it also creates discipline. It provides kids opportunities for time management. I mean, we find that these kids are already, performing better in high school because they're used to having to balance, grades and behavior and practice.
According to Harney, research shows many kids don't engage in sports if they're not involved by the 9th grade.
So if there's not middle school opportunities, they might miss it.
1, 2, in.
The Mildred Ave Play Ball Double Dutch team is preparing for a tournament.
Are you guys any good?
Yes! 2 years ago in June, I took a group of 7th grade students down to Sumter, South Carolina. We came in 3rd in the world. I believe we lost to Japan and a team from New York. But the experience itself is just so motivating, and you want to bring a group back down there.
Play Ball decided on middle school students because they're at a pivotal age for physical and emotional development. 7th grader Junelli Ortiz.
It's like fun being part of something that you can be good at.
And if you weren't here, what would you be doing?
I would probably be like hanging out and like be getting in trouble probably, which is why I do something to like stay out of trouble and keep my grades up.
16-year-old Ella James, a former Mildred Ave jumper, is now the team's assistant coach.
People will be like, oh, double dutch isn't a sport. Yes, it is. It keeps you active. I lost a lot of weight from doing double dutch. You have to keep fit or like you will lose breath. It's hard.
How hard?
It's not easy. You're not going to get it on the first try.
She's right. But in my third attempt,
Jump, yeah!
I quickly understand the appeal. On the other hand, with an annual cost of more than $500,000, Play Ball is funded entirely through donations. Currently, it serves 12% of Boston's middle school population.
We have waiting lists for all of our leagues, and we have to cut more kids than we want to.
That's why Harney is looking for additional donors.
From where we sit, we believe that we can expand this to reach a critical mass. It's just a matter of getting the infrastructure and funding in place.
So do you kind of feel like a proud papa?
It's fun to see it, and we feel like we've accomplished a lot, but in other ways, we kind of feel like we're just getting started.
A lot of people may be familiar with Play Ball's big fundraiser. One of them, the Santa Speedo Run down Boylston Street, happens every year in early December, and people are running down the street in their red Speedos, their Santa hats, their bikinis, etc., all though to raise money for a great organization.
So if you all ever wondered why people were half naked running down Boylston Street, it's a 1-mile run, and basically people are willing to humiliate themselves for the simple, pure joy of raising money for these kids.
Yeah, they've been doing it since 2000 and doing a great job at it. Certain brides-to-be have reason to be suspicious.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, where's the catch? Like, why would anyone be giving away something as expensive as a wedding dress for free?